Hi everyone. I thought for something different for this doga, perhaps I would read a picture book for you. So the picture book I'm going to read is called Hermie and the Animal's Mixed Up Ears by Jeffrey Gahn. Hermie is a hermit crab. Let's see what happens. A long time ago, in case you forgot, animals could talk and would talk and did talk a lot. They all lived together, and I don't mean in zoos. They lived in big houses. They liked to wear shoes. They worked and they played. Some drove, but most walked. But whatever they did, they always talked. Oops. They talked about TV, fashion, and sports while eating spaghetti or shopping for shorts. They talked to each other, to strangers and friends. They often asked questions. Who, what, where, and when. But they never took time to answer, I fear. They all just kept talking, not using their ears. The walrus would whisper, but the yak yacked all day. The giraffe often laughed and had plenty to say. Cats tried to make speeches, but dogs called them names. The goldfish would giggle as they played go fish games. The birds would all sing, but the crabs always grumbled. The clams smiled a lot, but when they talked, they mumbled. The mice all spoke softly, as mice often do. But when they all got together, the place was a zoo. Yes, all animals talked, and I know that sounds nice, but they all talked at once, and sometimes said things twice. And none of them listened to what others would say. They just kept on talking all night and all day. Schools of young fish would ignore the teacher. Pews full of penguins talked over the preacher. The puppies were always noisily yapping. The monkeys all chatted, even when napping. Wow, it must be terrible. Now, all of this talking and gossiping gab finally woke up old Hermie, the old hermit crab. See, Hermie liked silence and being alone. Why, that crab did not even have a shell phone. But what Hermie did have was powders and potions. He sometimes cast spells when he took the notion. They talk but don't listen. Enough is enough, is what Hermie growled in his voice deep and gruff. I'll teach them a lesson, he grouched to himself. Then he took down a spell book he kept on his shelf. Just wait till tomorrow, he chuckled with glee. Then they'll stop talking and listen to me. Hermie's gonna do some magic. And he worked on his spell late into the night. He mixed magic powders until they were right. Then he started singing and chanting these words, but no one was listening, so nobody heard. Ears any color, yes, ears big and small, round ears and sharp ears, this spell is for all. Long, short, or fuzzy, floppy ears too. Tonight while they're sleeping, the old switcheroo. And in the morning, the animals animals woke up and found that while they were sleeping, their ears were switched round. The elephant's big ears were gone from his head. Now they were long, white, and furry instead. The dog's floppy ears were now missing too. Oh no, she had pig ears, sticky with goo. The snake never had ears, at least none to see, but now he had striped ears, and not 2, but 3. Every animal's ears were completely mixed up. Every lion and monkey, each kitten and pup. Help me! What's happened? What can we do? I can't find my ears. Oh no, not you too. Yelling, complaining, talking, and crying. What a huge mess, and still none of them trying to listen. Through the grumbling and whining and wailing and such came that old hermit crab that never talked much. When Hermie crawled up without making a sound, all the mixed up ears animals gathered around to listen. Then after a moment from deep in his shell, Hermie started to speak and they all listened well. Can you hear me now? That cranky crab grumbled. The giraffe didn't laugh. The clams never mumbled. The schools full of fish were all listening too. So were their penguins from their hard wooden pew. The mice were all quiet. The yak had stopped yakking. The puppies had stopped their constant yap-yapping. My magic did this, they all heard Hermie say. Use those mixed up ears now, or mixed up they will stay. All the animals stood there silent with shock, and they all listened well to that crab on the rock. When you talk but don't listen to what's being said, then you don't even need those ears stuck on your head. I want peace and quiet. Today was a warning. This time, I'll switch all your ears back by morning. But a spell I've cast once can be cast again. And if you say one word, I'll be listening in. So the next time you wake up and can't find your ears, you'll know that I heard you and made them disappear. And with these words said, Hermie slowly crawled off. The animals were silent, not a whisper or cough. Not long after that, they all just moved away. If they lived together, they might talk someday. They left their cars, their shoes, and their shorts. They gave up their TVs and stopped watching sports. Some went to the jungle, a few moved to parks. Most came out in daylight, some waited for dark. But alone or together, they said not a word. Wherever they went, only silence was heard. Now, few can remember that mixed up ears day. Is Hermie still listening? Nobody can say. So they just bark or grunt. They squeal or they squeak. They might imitate you whenever you speak. The parrot now talks after so many years, but old Hermie was listening. Ever seen parrot ears? No ears. So if you look down at your best friend today and he's looking back like there's something to say, when you're playing together or taking a walk, oh, it would be great if your pet could just talk. And sometimes he looks like he gives you a wink. He seems so darn smart that he could talk, you think. But he can't take the chance. What if old Hermie hears? And your pet would look silly if he lost his ears. So your friend will just listen, but he can speak. It's true. Sometimes late at night, he whispers, I love you. The end. Hermie and the animals mixed up ears. I hope you enjoyed that. It's kind of a long story. We'll have some questions for you about it soon. Thank you. Emmy, let's talk a little bit about the book I just read, Hermie and the Animals Mixed Up Ears, okay?
Yeah, sure. I have some questions, Jeff Sensei.
Sure.
This is Hermie, right?
Yes. Can you see Hermie? He's interesting.
Yeah. What kind of animal is this?
Hermie is a hermit crab. We say a hermit crab. When I was a boy, I had a hermit crab for a pet.
In Japanese, it's yadokari.
Now Hermie, he's not so happy sometimes. And this is a story about Hermie not being very happy.
Oh, so he is angry.
Right, right.
Okay.
Do you know why?
What are they doing? There are many animals here.
This story tells us that the animals used to all live together. They drove cars and wore shoes, right? Like people do today.
So they drive and wow, they going to school. Like
All that, yep.
Wow.
But the problem,
Oh, are they okay? They are so loud. I can tell they are loud.
Yeah, when everybody was together and everybody was talking and yelling and whispering, it was so noisy. Nobody was listening.
Oh,
What a mess.
no.
And then, uh-oh.
Is Hermie angry?
Hermie is angry. And Hermie can do magic in this story. So he's using a little bit of his magic and he's going to cast a spell. And in that spell, some terrible things happen, Emi Sensei.
Wow, what will happen?
Look!
What? Snake has ears, but 3 ears.
Yeah, and I think
And look
there's
at the
zebra
lion.
ears, right?
Oh no.
So Hermie's magic switched all the animals' ears. Look, that monkey has pig ears, and I think the lion has dog ears.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Because this Hermie is angry.
He's angry. He
Oh,
wants everyone to be
no.
quiet. Look, he's talking to them.
Oh, okay. He's kind of scolding them.
He is. He's scolding them. He's saying, hey, you guys never listen to anybody. You just talk and talk. And from now on, from today, no more talking or I'll make your ears disappear.
Oh no.
Ooh.
That's kind of terrible.
Yeah, Hermie was a little bit tough on them.
I think he's so angry.
He is. So, nowadays, these days, the animals don't talk at all.
That's why? Because Hermie was mad at them?
Yep, because of Hermie.
Oh.
Right? So if you have a pet, if you have a cat or a hamster or a dog or a fish, well, they won't talk to you. But pets are great listeners. They're probably happy to listen to you if you talk to them. And look, maybe, just maybe, when you're sleeping, your dog or your pet might say, I love you. That would be interesting, wouldn't it, Emi Sensei?
Yeah, so we better listen to the people.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Sometimes they give us some advice, so you better listen to them, right?
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think of that. I was thinking more about pets, but
Okay.
yeah. I hope you enjoyed this book, and I hope you'll listen carefully to us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. See you.